Hey guys, this is the Prince of Macedon, and I'm doing a commentary video for Men of War. This is a multiplayer battle. I command the Germans, and my opponent is J-Bob5657 in command of the Soviet Union. And here's a quick recap on the armored action that you missed. I had a Panzer IV, which destroyed a BA-64, and then my opponent rolled out a KV-1, which destroyed two of my Panzer IVs and a Puma. And then I had a tank destroyer, the Nashorn, which destroyed a KV-85. And just then, you saw a Panzer IV destroy a BA-11 armored car. Right here, I'm rolling up a Puma, another one, and I'm going to go for that KV-1 that destroyed all my tanks at the beginning. And there's the KV-1 right there. It's got a disabled track, and now I destroyed its hull. So finally, I put an end to that menace right there. And there's my Puma. I'm going to roll it back here. Alright, and once I start rolling away from there, a KV-85 tank appears right there, so I'm going to get out of its line of sight, and I don't think my opponent's watching this side of the battle. So here, I just executed a 3-point turn with my Puma, and I'm going to whack that KV-85 from behind. I destroyed its engine, and then I destroyed its hull. And as I get behind it, another KV-85 appears, and it whacks my Puma. Alright, so you might be wondering what kind of game type I'm playing right here, because it's a lot different than what I usually play. This is Battlezones, and the goal of Battlezones is to control the flags for as long as you can. And if you hold it long enough, you can reach the desired score. And right now, the desired score is set at 1200. You can see that my opponent's winning right now because he's held two of the flags for a very long time. So I'm trying to retake the middle flag here. All right, there, my opponent has rolled out a KV-85. That's the one that destroyed my Puma. And I destroyed that with my Panzer IV right there, and that's the H variant. And that had its track disabled at the beginning, and I'm going to try to repair it later on. And there's a bunch of Soviet infantry making a dash for the center flag, and I am now controlling that with my German troops. But he has a lot of Soviet troops, and he's going to overtake the flag again. So I have 92 points, and my opponent has 225 points. So I really need to take that flag if I want to catch up with my opponent. Here I'm rushing up a soldier, but unfortunately the Soviet infantry nearby whacked him. And I was hoping that my nearby tanks could have supported my infantry better. Here I'm going to use my soldier to toss a grenade into that big mess of Soviet troops. But there was nobody around, so I'm going to take my soldier and recapture that middle flag. And here I have a Tiger tank, and finally I have my bigger tanks now in the battle. So this will put an end to his KV-1s and KV-85s, roaming at will. Alright, I just destroyed the turret of a damaged tank, so that was nothing. And his KV-85 destroyed my Panzer IV H variant that was out there, so I tried to repair its track, but I guess I won't be repairing anything else from that tank. Alright, I just rolled out my Nashorn. This is my tank destroyer. And I'm going to whack that KV-85 from behind, or from the flank. And there I destroyed its engine. Now I'm going to roll back because that thing is very vulnerable. You can see it's open top, and there my Tiger just put the finishing touches on that KV-85. Alright, so I'm rolling backwards here. And there's some Soviet infantry on my right flank. It has wiped out one of my tank crews, I believe. So I'm going to roll my Nashorn out of there, because by itself the Nashorn is extremely vulnerable to infantry. The advantage of the Nashorn is its extremely strong gun, but its armor is pretty thin, and right there you just saw my opponent destroy my Nashorn with a new KV-1 tank. But during that exchange, my Tiger tank on the extreme left took out an Su-152 tank destroyer, and that was AKA the Beast Slayer, because that had a gun that could take out the Tiger tanks, the Panther tanks, and the Elephant tank destroyer. So I was very glad I destroyed that 152 without even having to be there. Alright, now I have two Tiger tanks, and they are working as a team now. And we're going to gang up on this KV-1 tank. But having two Tiger tanks is a very nice comfort. And look at that, we're just whacking away at that KV-1 right there. And I'm going to bring my infantry up here. They're right there behind that building. And we're going to overpower the Soviet infantry protecting that flag. And I really do have to take that flag because I'm very much down on the score. Alright, so yeah, as you can see the flag going up, that's the German flag. And just then we destroyed that KV-1. And when I say we, I'm referring to both of my Tiger tanks working as a team. And right there's the opponent's damaged BA-11 armored car. I'm gonna put my troops nearby. Alright. Now here I'm going to start moving towards my opponent's last flag right there. And I'm going to scout it out with this soldier here. The soldier of the SMG squad. And there's my opponent's SU-152, the wreckage. Not sure if you saw it, but we'll get a better look in a second of that menacing tank destroyer. Alright, right there's some Soviet infantry again, taking that flag. So, a lot of this battle is centered right here in the middle of the map, where the workshops are. And it makes sense, because this is the meeting point. And okay, right there, my infantry took out the Soviet infantry with a grenade, and I controlled that. And here I'm making a mad dash for that last flag with the Soviets. If I take that, I'll get tons of points in a hurry. So I really want to do that. Alright, so there's some Soviet infantry over there, but I don't see them myself, but my tanks seem to see them. So I'm happy to hear the sound of my tanks firing away. It really boosts morale of my nearby troops. Alright, I'm going to get to work on repairing these Panzer IVs. There's only 3 minutes left, but it doesn't hurt to try to repair those, because I already captured the middle flag. And here my scouting unit, he sees no opposition, so I'm going to make a move with him to capture this flag. And by the way, when you play Battlezones, the only way to capture a flag is with infantry. So that's a pretty nifty way of making infantry important in this game mode. Alright, so this battle is going pretty well for me right now. I'm still losing, but you can see how fast I'm regaining my points. And that's because I have 2 flags. And there's only 3 flags on this map here. And right there I destroyed that abandoned KV-1 tank. And the reason I did that is because I was afraid my opponent might try to repair it. So with my anti-tank grenade, I put an end to that possibility. Okay, so there's like 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. And I've got all the flags right now. So my opponent has to make a move. And if he doesn't, I'm going to win this at this rate. Alright, so I'm going to start moving my infantry around. It's going to give them better positioning. And there's some troops of my opponent trying to make a run for that flag, but my submachine gunner dude is right there taking shots at them. And I'm going to support my dude up there with a Tiger tank. So my dude with the MP40, he just knocked out 2 Soviet troops, and I believe that was his tank crew. I heard here comes my Tiger tank, and I'm gonna drive right by that SU-152. That's the one I was talking about earlier. And yeah, that was nice to take that out because that thing is a beast. Alright, there's my infantry support for my tank. And there's like 1 minute and 5 seconds left, and there's like no signs of any Soviet activity. So I'm going to play around with that abandoned SU-152 carcass right there. So instead of trying to destroy it with infantry, I'm just going to push it out of the way with my Tiger tank. So I'm going to back right into it, and I'm going to push that junk right out of the way, and I want to flip it on its back. And that'll make it pretty much useless for now. And I might as well kill a tree in the process. Now that is a real Tiger for you. Okay, so there's like 25 seconds left. So I'm going to take direct control of my Tiger, and I'm going to target practice that SU-152. Bam! Look at that. So that's fun. Alright, so this is a direct control if you haven't seen it already, even though I've used it in many of my other videos. And there's like no time left, so I'm going to say good game to my opponent. So my opponent killed more of my infantry, but I killed more of his vehicles. Anyways, good game to my opponent. J Bob.